This is still Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Time check is 8:42 a.m. It's time for Mainland Focus. That's the part where we get to pick two or more major trending stories from the papers. We highlight them, and then we get your thoughts, your contribution as regards this focal points that we'll be looking at. My name still remains Omobola Sandra, and I have Fuad Sahid with me via the phone line still, and we're looking at two stories this morning. Of course, the appointment of the new EFCC chairman, Mr. ዄ Olukoyede, and the controversies that seem to trail his appointment. We're also going to be looking at poor funding and corporate yes, it's corporate corruption. All right, poor funding and corporate corruption affecting sports in Nigeria. So we'll be looking at these two focal points. Wad will share his thoughts, and then we open the phone line for you to share your thoughts as well. All right, I'll start with controversy surrounding the appointment of lawyer Olukoyede as EFCC chairman. What are your thoughts on this new appointment? During trends in the papers, we're able to highlight what the issues, or why people seem to or what are the issues that are surrounding that particular appointment. What is the problem? All right, we start with, of course, the fact that the EFCC Act clearly stipulates that the whoever it is that a chairman of the commission basically must be a serving or retired member of any government security or law enforcement agency, and must not be below the rank of assistant commissioner of police or its equivalent, and also must possess not less than 15 years experience. And the issue now is the fact that Pastor Olukoyede has no experience in security or law enforcement agency until he was appointed as chief of staff to Ibrahim Magu, former EFCC chairman, to acting chairman Ibrahim Magu then. And then he was also subsequently appointed as secretary of the commission in 2018, and he served in the capacity until 2020. All right, so looking at all of this now, if you put it all together, it's still less than 6 years, which is still less than the 15 years as stipulated by the EFCC Act. All right. Now, also, the fact that Mr. Olukoyede is a private legal practitioner, he has never worked or belong to any security or law enforcement agency as a member, and you can't really equate his private legal practice years to the rank in law enforcement. There's also the conversation as regards ethnicity, to the fact that a lot of the appointments of the president in recent times, we have the CBN governor, Yemi Cardoso, Southwest. We have Bashir Adeniyi, also Southwest. That's the Customs Comptroller General. All right, and then we have FIRS. Yes, the FIRS guy also is also from the Southwest. And then now we have EFCC chairman also from the Southwest. So there's also the ethnicity conversation that's ongoing, and what exactly is going on as regards the president unifying the country. Also, so many things as regards that. So what are your thoughts on the new appointment of Pastor Olukoyede as EFCC chairman? Do you share in these concerns that have been raised by some groups as regards the lopsided current appointments by the current president? Fuad mentioned something earlier. They say, okay, fine, if we're even going to celebrate the fact that for the first time since 2022, when the EFCC was established under the administration of President Olusegun Obasanjo, we finally have a southerner as the EFCC chairman. But if you also look at it even further, in this current administration now, yes, it's a southerner, but then also from the southwest. What about the southeast? What about the south-south? So that conversation is also on. So do you share, in these concerns, and what advice will you give to the new EFCC chairman? That is, if he is confirmed by the Senate, which Fuad has also raised some concerns about that. I mean, if they look past all of these controversies, if they look past the fact that the EFCC has an act, and that's sections 2, sections 2(1)(a), I, and P2, 3, and 8(5) of the EFCC Act must be given some level of consideration. And if that is not done, then there's also a lot of eyebrows that must be raised as regards the 10th National Assembly. But then, so what will you advise you give to the EFCC? What advice would you give to the EFCC chairman if he's confirmed, basically? So that's the first focal point that we're looking at this morning. The second one is as regards poor funding, corporate corruption affecting sports in Nigeria. So how well can we harness the potentials in the sporting sector? How can we tackle corruption in sport? Fuad, I don't know if you remember one story, I think it's in the Olympics or so, where we had our athletes washing their gear before the next.
We wash and wear.
We wash and wear, before the next round. That was really embarrassing, where and they actually showed it. Look at us, we are washing. And then, they now dry it and then they now wear it, And then also more recently at the World Cup, the female World Cup, where they had to say, oh, see, we don't know what is going on, but then please, I think we need to take care of your guys, so let's pay these people directly, which has raised a lot of eyebrows in the international sporting world. So for far too long, Nigeria is not taking advantage of the enormous human resources that we have. So how well can we harness these potentials that we have in the sporting sector? How can we tackle corruption in sports? And how do we create private sector participation in sports? Because as it is now, a lot of leagues abroad, the English Premier League, the NBA, are all private sector driven. All right. However, the competitions in Nigeria are still tied to the strings of government, which, at one point or the other, for us, said that private sector,
generally.
Yes, they cannot. Private sector cannot really, sit down because they have to make money. So they are really.
You talk their money anyhow. They will
not allow that.
There's no free money for private sector.
So the fact that a lot of these things have been politicized, the business of sports in Nigeria has been politicized as well. That's another conversation. Looking at past ministers and how they handled, the past ministers of sports, that is, and how they handled, the sports industry in the country. So let's have a conversation about that. How do we create private sector participation in sports, and how can we tackle corruption in sports? How well can we harness the potentials in the sporting sector? But I don't know if you remember one video that trended some time ago that one sports giant gave equipment to our sports guys, and our sports federation people kept it, and they used it as souvenir within themselves. They didn't give it to the sports guys.
No, too many cases of corporate corruption in the sporting world, and until we tackle that aspect of it, no serious every sector person will want to be a part of an epidemic of some sort. The corruption is too humongous for anybody to want to come and put serious money into it. And it's because, again, people will go in there, like you said, there are too many political considerations and all of that for you to become anything in the sporting world in Nigeria today. So it's become a cesspit and cesspool of corruption, and we need to tackle that for us to harness the potential of the sporting world. And on the fourth issue, I've said what I need to say, so that I don't take too much of our time. If there are things we complained about under the Buhari administration, I thought that we will not see a repeat of that in this administration. But again, one of the major things we complained about was the fact that that administration was not really adhering to the rule of law. In a lot of the things they did, there were violations of the Constitution, violations of the National Assembly Act, and running foul against the law. And we are seeing a repeat of that, which should bother anybody. Even if you are a supporter of the president, you should be worried that, look, we are running a democracy, and to a great extent, from what we are seeing, and we don't want to keep to the rules of the game. It should bother anybody if indeed, you have a clear conscience as to the development and growth of the country. We don't have anything against Pastor Olukoyede. He has a brilliant CV. But what does the law say? That's what we're saying here.
All right, thank you very much, Fuad. Let's open up the phone line now so we can, let's have a broader conversation as regards these 2 points. 0913 6000 410. That's the number to call. 0913 6000 410. That's the number to call to share your thoughts as regards what we're discussing. You can send text messages and WhatsApp messages to 0913 6000 430. Text message and WhatsApp 0913 6000 430. And also we are live on Facebook and YouTube, so you can drop your comments in the live chat section as well. We take comments from there. Would I like to appreciate those who drop their comments during trends in the papers. We'll also revert to some of those messages now, but then for you to drop your messages now, just go over to our platforms, our Facebook and YouTube platforms at Mainland 98.3 FM, and drop your comments in the live chat section. We read them live on air as well. So let's get the conversation going. You have just 2 minutes. Please, let's go straight to the point. Once it's 2 minutes, we move on to the next caller. So let's stick within the time frame, and also let's keep our language clean. Thank you. Would appreciate that. So, hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Is that Mainland FM?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, my name is Adi. I'm calling from Ejigbo right now.
Okay, please go on.
My own opinion is to the appointee, which is the pastor. If the law did not allow you, or is against it, I will advise you kindly to, because of the position you occupy as a pastor, we don't supposed to find you in this kind of confusion. If the law did not allow him, he should quietly resign and leave the post for the person that the law appoints. So this is my own opinion to this matter. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, so based on morality, please.
Hello.
Oh, dear Lord. Yes, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Sandra. Yeah, I like this one.
All right, please go on.
Mr. Fawab, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning. On the appointment per se, you see, as far as sincerity is concerned with our president in terms of appointment, I think President Tinubu has a kind of, good commendation as far as this appointment is concerned. Up to today, in fact, if we look at, the historical appointment of other presidents, is it the minister you want to talk about? But on the issue of this EFCC is a sensitive case whereby you need somebody that you trust. When President Muhammadu Buhari brought a Magu from nowhere, in terms of maturity, he doesn't have, power, he doesn't have it. Everybody was surprised. If somebody is under 40, maybe he's 30 something, that is going to handle that kind of post. So you see, look, these are a sensitive position whereby, the president has to be very reliable on whoever he puts. It's not about tribalism. It's about the competency. And in fact, this man is a lawyer. You know the recommend of what is happening in FCC. So that is the point. It's not about sentimental. It's not about tribalism. I think President Tinubu, as far as his appointment is concerned, he did well. Look at the ministerial appointment. Everything is concerned. So people should not bring that unless somebody is trying to, do a kind of, maybe bring sentiment to this issue. That is my concern on that. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Alhaji Suber. I almost missed that. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Okay, so I will just stay with the issue of appointment. My name is Joshua. I'm calling from Apapa.
Okay.
Now, I won't talk to sport. I'm not this sporting fan. Now, I will just deal with the issue of appointment. You see, one thing I come to see is that you are elevated nepotism to a point where everybody was complaining about. Okay, so for me, it is becoming very clear now that when you go there, you still it's my own son, and then you do what you want to do, and anybody can go to hell. And if you take the law, not following the constitution, nobody cares. I think that's what Nigeria has become very unfortunate. Okay, so then on the EFCC, I am very glad for one that we are going to have, or we are having someone who is concerned from the starting part and or whether it's from Southwest, Southeast, or South, the fact that it's a Southerner for me is okay. That's my contribution to this.
All right. Thank you very much. Fuhad. Hello?
Yes, I'm with you, Sandra. Yes, I'm with you.
Are you following this conversation?
Yeah, I've been following it. I'm listening. It's time for the callers to give their opinions. I really don't want to interject.
Oh, really? Well, I was hoping you would at some point, but then, okay. Hello, good morning.
Ogami Fuad and Sandra, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, Peter Monse from Shomolu.
All right.
See, if there is any other goodwill, I will wish Maoga Fuad this morning. I will just say, God bless you. That's my good wish for you. God bless you. For being so balanced, so deterministic in analyzing this appointment. I was thinking that if somebody from Akwa Ibom State that is analyzing, or maybe somebody from Imo State or Anambra that is analyzing, when you condemn it the way it should be condemned, and you make your opinion known as a true Nigerian who wants to unify a country, let me tell you that this appointment in itself, the recipient and the giver have engaged in a monumental corruption. Because corruption is not only when you steal money. What does the law say, or the guidebook for appointing EFCC chairman? And this man has not met it. And then you call him a pastor? Let me quickly say this. In my church, there is a way we elect deacons. And I was elected, and I told them one of the clauses in the Bible is that a deacon must be a husband of one wife. I am not married yet, and you don't know whether I will be a husband of one wife. And again, you must know how you will run your family. Then you don't know how to run my family. I told my pastor, sir, I disqualify myself because I have not met the criteria. And I left. Why didn't this man stay as a Christian? I didn't meet the criteria. And then I'm leaving. That would have been decency. That's why when they say pastors, can we be removing those and sit there and let us call them by who they are? So that is corruption that man, that pastor is engaging in. I am telling you this morning that I don't think with this kind of appointment that Tinubu is unifying Nigeria. Let me summarize this way, finally. I have suggested that anybody that becomes the president in Nigeria, can we sit down and discuss and say, okay, bring your Christ people. You people run the country for 4 years or 5 or 8 years. Let us see how they do it. Then another time, when another person comes, bring your people. Let us see how they go run the country. Not to say you are unifying and you are hitting all the sensitive appointment to work.
Thank you very much, Mr. Peter. Appreciate it. 0913-600410. That is the number to call to share your thoughts. You have just 2 minutes. Please let us stick within the time limits. Would really appreciate that. Okay, thank you. Time check right now is 9 a.m. and you're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. This is Mainland Focus. We're looking at the appointment of Mr. Pastor Olukoyede as EFCC chairman and the controversies that are following it, and also the conversation as regards poor funding and low patronage in the sporting world. What exactly is the issue? Corruption in the sporting world. That's what those are the two focal points that we're looking at this morning. Okay, thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, Lady Sandra.
Good morning, Prince Wise.
Thank you, my dear. Mr. Kwa, morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
God bless all of you. You see, where Barry was in charge, I wrote on my Facebook that Barry, you married this wife the day you are some office. I don't see wife that is south, southwest, southeast, north central, northeast, northwest. I wrote the same thing. Let Tinubu come on board. That is, remember, you have me making semi-wife. That is this wife for every constituency belongs to you. That is every appointment was spread round, people development, and that's better for Nigeria. So I think this now, the man they appoint now as EFCC chairman, if he's qualified, only what he remains is going to perform. If he fails to perform, it will be a minus to Mr. President, a minus to the man they appoint. Because now, Nigeria,
what we are facing today, that the cheapest what we are now, is corruption. I said it on radio more than 21 years ago, that in this country, we need a special court. After the investigation by the EFCC, the next stage is court of law. Will you believe that? Year 2007 case still pending. Let's have the Department of Special Court. So if a case is thoroughly investigated, the next stage is discussed. And the CGN now face the Department of Special Court will try to push our Commonwealth. I think they've done it. If they can do it, I wish them better job. Good morning to you, Sandra.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Prince Wise. I appreciate your contribution this morning. 0913-6000-410. We have some messages on Facebook, so I'll just quickly take them and then we'll be back to the phone lines in a bit. Issa Benjamin, good morning, Mainland crew. To me, President Tinubu's appointment and reappointment of people without following the constitutional provision shows that the president is okay. Let President Tinubu please open borders and let food items, especially rice, come in and solve the problem of hunger before the people he's presiding over finish. Okay. Benjamin from Shogunle, thank you very much. I also have 𝗏ᴜᴜ. Please forgive me. I hope I was able to pronounce that properly. Kudos, guys. Grace to continually speak truth to power. Okay, thank you. Mobash Pitiko. Good morning, Mobash from Cape Town. God bless Nigeria. Oh yes, from South Africa. Thank you very much, Mobash. We appreciate you. So some messages were dropped during trends in the papers, so I'll just quickly take them as well. When the president said it will continue from where sorry, we think, may God help us. Adebayo Tunde Didon, thank you very much. We also have Dixon Felix. Apart from accusing the president of nepotism, the fact that the new EFCC chairman hasn't met the requirements for the job makes it clear that the government of renewed hope is wallowing in illegality and impunity, just like the dysfunctional change of the last era. Good morning. Thank you, Dixon Felix. We also have Chris Oloja. Good morning, House. This present president is so shrouded in several and at the same time severe controversies ranging from legitimacy, educational qualifications, policies, and all that, which in saner clime will ordinarily elicit his resignation. Examples are more potent than principles. God is watching. The fact that he seems to be having his way does not say that God is asleep. Okay, stay blessed. Thank you very much. Those are the messages that we had from Trent. So you can also drop your comments as well on our YouTube and Facebook platforms at Mainland 98.3 FM. Let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, good morning.
Morning, how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Yeah, this is Arlington from Moshi.
All right.
Yeah, my contribution is all of those people who have been talking about rule of law and everything. The ones that have been picked or nominated duly in the past, what difference have they made? That's number one. That's my question to them. And then number two, if they were the ones in Tinubu's shoes, what would they have done? Because it's only a madman that you give a hold to. And you'll be holding it to your side or holding it outside. They would have done what? Most probably because tell me about any one of them who would have been there and will not install his brother or install his sister or someone. If you ask me, that man is qualified. Let him do it. As far as he is going to deliver, that is the person we want there. We don't want any form of tribalism. That all these guys are coming up with. Okay. We don't want. Let someone who can perform be there. I don't know why Nigeria is like this. I don't know. Come on. Let the man be there. He will do
I think let's separate something. Let's separate something. There's the ethnicity controversy. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But the major controversy is the fact that everything the EFCC Act clearly stipulates has been gone against. Let me put it that way. As regards the appointment of Cardoso, he doesn't have 15 years. Sorry, Olukoyede. Yes, he doesn't have 15 years cognate experience in any law enforcement agency. All right.
Okay.
Yes. Fuad, please help me out.
But he has been there. He has been in that system.
He has been in the system as chief of staff. As a chief of staff.
So,
yes. Okay.
So he knows what is going on, and I'm sure the president knew what he was doing before nominating him to occupy it. Let us see if he performs or not. Then if he doesn't perform, then we start talking about.
No, Mr. Darlington. I just said it. Since we operate a democracy, the foundation of a democracy is the rule of law. And the EFCC Act stipulated some qualifications, criteria for you to be appointed as EFCC chair, and that's what we are saying here. We don't have anything against Yoruba. I'm not even bothered as a Yoruba man.
No.
What I'm saying is that look, we should follow the rule of law. That's the issue.
As a matter of fact, I'm not bothered about the stripe too. Sincerely speaking, but I will tell you that look. The ones that we have been following over, look at that power.
But it doesn't mean we should now not follow the law.
Are you saying we should throw it away because we have been following and it's not working for us?
Let us test this one.
It's okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Darlington. All right. You know what? Let me put it this way. Let me put the angles that we're looking at it from this way. There are a lot of controversy surrounding the appointment of Pastor Olanipekun Olukoyede, which Horiwa and Arewa came up with the ethnicity conversation.
But
which
it
is a conversation that we can't dismiss, of course. But then the highlight of the controversy is the fact that according to the EFCC Act, the chairman of the commission must be a serving or retired member of any government security or law enforcement agency.
Let us even assume that his time at the FCC qualifies him.
Okay, that's one.
Let us even assume.
Okay, that's one.
Okay.
Was he
but what of the number of years?
Aside from that, the person also has to not be below the rank of an assistant commissioner of police.
So how do you weigh that now?
He doesn't have any
of that.
any rank in that perspective now, or its equivalent. And then you must possess not less than 15 years experience in law enforcement or government security.
I think what the National Assembly can do maybe is to amend its own act to accommodate more people to come in. Maybe not limit appointments to.
So should that be done before the confirmation of Olukoyede or after?
No, it could have been done before now. But as it is now, the law subsists, and with what we are reading, it's going to be difficult to see how he qualifies to occupy that position.
You see, it's interesting how we seem to be selective in our adherence to
the law.
But if this person wins, let this person not win. If this person wins,
no, we should just obey the law. It's a democracy.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Walter.
Yeah. How are you, sir? How are you, Fahad?
Good morning, sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much. As for the appointment of the EFCC, new EFCC chairman, I think I will leave it to the National Assembly. If they fail to get it right this time, then the whole nation will know that it's a rubber stamp assembly. If they appoint that man as new EFCC chairman, then they're not following the rule of law. And for a long time, even through the Buhari regime, for a long time, the judiciary has been a point of contention. When we have, governors of, even the presidency not following the rule of law. Nothing has been stated clear. The act there is there. The SEC Act is there. It has the rules there for an appointment of a new SEC chairman. And we're going deviating from it. There are a lot of ex or serving assistant police commissioners that have even studied law. There are lots of them there. Even if he's going for somebody from the West, just follow the rule of law. It's clear.
Okay, thank you.
That's the one aspect of the easiest system. But the other aspect of it, to go towards the sporting aspect.
Okay.
For God, the corruption is striving right now in sports. The whole federation, the whole total federation, both football, athletics, basketball, the corruption. And that is why the football world, the football body had to start paying bonuses directly to the accounts of the players. That's not the truth. If you don't, corruption is everywhere. It's endemic because of this nation. And if you don't treat it, and the only way we could stop corruption, like for instance for the EFCC, is for an independent court That is why the former EFCC bosses have not succeeded.
All right.
They're not succeeded. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Walter. 0913-6000-410. That is the number to call to share your thoughts as regards the conversation ongoing. Do you agree that, the administrative capacity that Mr. Olukoyede was in as chief of staff is enough to serve as cognate experience to become the chairman of the commission? Let's have a conversation around that. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Wale Mikeja.
Morning, Mr. Wale. Please go on.
Hey, I don't believe all these things we are seeing in this our country now.
Which part?
The other time, the son of the president fly the Nigeria jet. Now, what we had again now is a civilian who don't even have any experience about security. He was appointed as a EFCC chairman. Does it mean that President Tinubu now think that Nigeria cannot challenge him? What is not in our law? This man we're just blinking everything. Yoruba man in everywhere. That's why Hausa people are saying that it's Yoruba nation we are running now. Is this man, is he have any experience in the security? Is it because we have been blackmailing police that police are not good? Police are not. That's why the Oga Tinubu decided not to appoint a policeman again. Out of the bad one, they see a good one now. That for him to carry a pure civilian, somebody that don't have any experience about security. Nigeria, we are not foolish, and we are not dull. Right. We are just watching. We are watching what is happening. Because this year, I can't understand anymore again. There's a retired military and there's a police. There's a custom, retired people there, they are good. But they are not even a pastor. Is it because this man is a pastor? Is it how he trusted him? See Abdul Karim Bawa that we trust. See what he is, a small boy. A young man who thought he can do things to us, but he fucked up at the end of the day.
It's okay.
Now
it's all right. Let's keep our language clean, right? Mr. Wale. I know in the heat of the passion, he didn't know when he used the F word. So on with that, but it's okay. We understand. The where
what he was trying to say.
Yes, the message I was trying to pass across. But Fuad, I just want to ask a question.
Yeah.
So the EFCC is a financial crimes commission.
Yeah. Why do
all right.
To be police
why is security and law enforcement, why is it entrenched in the basics of becoming the chairman?
Honestly, that's one aspect of the EFCC Act I have a problem with.
Yes.
Limiting appointment of.
But the fact that it is there,
is what we have to do for until we amend it.
Until it is amended.
Honestly.
So if you were going to advise, maybe they should do it that before.
But now there's an appointment already.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, from Bradogba Mohammed Ibrahim calling.
Oh, how are you? Happy New Year.
Fine. Sir. God bless you, man. Good morning, Mr. Fuad.
Good morning.
I think let us wait for the side of the government. But for me, I think what the law says is someone who is experienced within the rank of AIG or less, or within 15 years of experience, right?
Yes.
And this man, he was just a chief of staff, right?
Yes.
And an advisor. I don't think, Mr. President, he is doing the right thing carefully. I am using my choice of word carefully. I don't think, because he needs to listen to lawyers and to listen to those who have been there. You can't just wake up, because the stories we are hearing, I don't want it to come to the public. It's as if the first lady, the wife, went and appointed someone from our church. That is what some
that's an allegation.
Exactly. That's why I said that is what some persons are saying. But that shouldn't have come to a national burner at this critical stage. What we are looking for is competent people who can manage these ministries across, and not just because you are from so place, you should just come and man because my brother is now the president, your brother is now the president, we should do this and that. I think we should start doing things
according to the law,
differently, totally away from what has been happening in the past. Totally different from what has been happening in the past.
Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Comrade Ibrahim Ogbanagu, OFR. Is it OFR or OFC now?
He has a national honor.
But he has a national honor.
We know that.
But we are very proud of him. All right, 09136000410. This is Mainland 98.3 FM. You're on to Mainland Focus. And we're looking at two major, stories this morning. We're looking at the controversy that is trailing the appointment of lawyer Pastor Olukoyede as EFCC chairman, because according to the EFCC Act, Section 2, subsection 3, to be qualified to be chairman of the commission, you must be a serving or retired member of any government security or law enforcement agency. You must not be below the rank of Assistant Commissioner of Police or its equivalent. And then you must have at least 15 years cognate experience. So, however, Pastor Olukoyede was Chief of Staff to Ibrahim Magu before his suspension from 2016 to 2018. That's 2 years. And then he was also Secretary to the Commission from 2018 to 2023. All of this put together is less than 6 years. All right. So do you think that, the fact that he had administrative, capacity, he served in an administrative capacity, do you think that is enough, to serve as experience?
That thing is written in English, Sandra.
That's what I'm breaking down.
Okay. Continue.
as to be the chairman of the commission, or do you think, just as a lot of people have raised now, the fact that I think it's Fuhad. Yes, Fuhad mentioned that. Okay, fine. I mean, it's EFCC, meaning that they go after fraudulent things and all of that. Maybe you don't need security experience, but then isn't it something that the Senate should look into before confirmation, rather than going, because whether or not, no matter how fancy it may sound, the truth is that if we're still running against what is stipulated in the law, basically.
It's not the right thing.
All right. So we have WhatsApp messages, and I'll just quickly take them, and then we come back to the phone lines in a bit. Awolo Christopher from Shogula is saying, if not for the discrepancies as regards the statutory regulatory acts, I am happy that the southern person has been appointed to the office. Equate balance. However, it is a further demonstration of the government's disregard for the law. Understandably, the government is looking at the direction of the person who will protect its corrupt interest.
Yeah, well, that's an allegation, so you don't. It's nothing tangible on that. Nothing factual to that particular statement.
All right, and that is Awolo Christopher from Shogule. And then I have here this. Good morning. This is Gege Joshua from Ebute Meta. This appointment is a perfect appointment, and it's in line with the provision of the EFCC Act. According to Section 2(1) of the Act, the Secretary to the Commission, who shall be the head of administration. Remember, the man could be referred to as a retired EFCC secretary because he once served as a secretary.
We have said that now.
The only challenge is that of Section 2(1).
Okay, so you know there's a challenge.
Where he's talking about 15 years experience, which is something his CV would deal with.
What CV?
So, President Tinubu can also leave him there in acting capacity if the House refused to confirm
You see the
him.
problem, just like Magu. And I said we don't want to see that.
Gege Joshua from Ebute Meta is saying this appointment must survive.
Okay, maybe Gege has an interest in this appointment.
I don't know, maybe Gege Joshua is related to Pastor Olukoyede.
Because that was the problem.
Maybe they go to the same church.
Sandra, that was the problem with Magu. Again, when you are in an acting capacity, that assurance does not come. You are not settled. You keep feeling that, yes, I'm not the chairman yet. I'm just in acting capacity. And we don't want to see that Magu era replaying out again with this appointment.
Good morning, Sandra and Fa. This is Godwin from Ilasa. I'm very concerned that our constitution is being eroded. Looking at how our last election went and the things that followed, I pray we don't turn this country into a banana republic. Democracy is defeated if there is no rule of law and constitutional order. Thank you very much. All right, we also have, since this democratic rule in quote from 1999 is only Obasanjo, maybe Jonathan, I don't understand how this pleasing, but all right. Hi, Mainland FM. That's why we should be careful with utterances, as it can come back to haunt us. The president said he will continue from where Buhari stopped. Now we are seeing most. Okay. Even look at the ministers handling sensitive positions in the country are Westerners, and this is exactly what the last president did. These are based on precedents. And if another person does the same thing, we should not complain due to precedents. Sean from Festac. All right. We also have good morning, Sandra and Fuhad. Sincerely, I'm getting tired of commenting on Nigeria's political matters on this platform. We comment and complain during the last administration and nothing happened. Here we are having complete replica of the past, if not more than the past. For the Senate confirming EFCC chairman, it's a well-known rubber stamp. Well, they have not yet. Anyway, so let's chill. All right. Since lopsided appointment is now known as part of governance, Mr. Fwa, you know that constitutional and federal character is only on paper. None of them respect rule of law.
You should. I
canvass for a restricted system of regional pattern in order for every tribe and region to govern its people, since it's been practiced at federal level of government. It was the government of the north and now it's government of the west. May God help us. And that is Daniel from Egbeda. Thank you very much. Let's go back to the phone line now. 0913 6410. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes.
I'm calling from command.
All right.
May God bless Fuad.
Amen.
Okay.
Sincerely speaking, I really always appreciate you.
Thank you.
For saying the truth, always. See, what we lack in this country is integrity. Everybody, not some political leaders, but it starts from the leaders. I will imagine some people still calling on radio and be telling us that some people will give oaths to some people, and it is not. If something is wrong, it is wrong. Constitution says this. Then let the Constitution stand. That's why I question Chief Justice that said Constitution must supersede public opinion or public something. When it comes to some things, Constitution will depend. When it comes to the normal masses, they will say Constitution must stand. But when it comes to political matters, they will say Constitution has nothing to do with it. If Constitution says this, nothing should say otherwise. Even if I'm a Yoruba man, even if I'm a Democrat, I must obey the rule of law. If it is democracy, if you are acting on a military rule, then you can do and undo. Nobody will checkmate you. But if it's democracy, obey the rule of law and let Constitution stand always. If I appoint somebody now based on my own knowledge, will the person turn against me the next minute? That's why everything. That's why he said something last week is also. He said we should query how they appoint people into different offices, especially all this INEC and all those things, because it will later have a ripple effect on us. If I appoint an INEC chairman, will he work against me? If I appoint an EFCC chairman, will he come against me the next day? But if it's duly appointed into the office, then we will have good results.
All right. Thank you, Mr.
I pray God help us in this country.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bumi, for your contribution. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Damlola.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Honestly, let me come in from the angle of sports ministry. I think that ministry is extremely corrupt. The appointment and the funding of funds within that ministry is extremely political. And there's nothing that will change in there, especially with this level of our politics. Day by day, things are going on there. We don't bother. And that is the only sector that unites us. Because in Nigeria, we don't have any value today except football. That's combined, maybe Super Eagles or Super Falcons. That's the only thing that actually brings us together. So on the major sector there is, I think we need to be objective standard. Let's call it a day. Let's be realistic for once in this country. If Mr. President is going against the law, I wonder what kind of message this man is passing to Nigeria. Isn't it? Yoruba man, isn't it wrong to it? No, but we need to be objective. If you are doing this, let's open on it.
All right, good morning. Thank you very much, Mr. Good morning, sir.
I used to buy 500. That we have not. That is telling me about when are they going to repair our. That is very, very interesting. What let them pursue these people that are not allowed to go our farm.
Unfortunately, that's all they've not been able to take. So only they achieved a lot. Mr. Fuad, I agree to essentially, irrespective of whether Mr. President, if his appoints Nigeria, please tell your callers that they are piercing. And this is Lagos, you know. But and that's all we can take your call or your message 4 p.m. So join Okweyemi Akinwat, so he's all I can say.